What's up, Unc?
Bree, what up, baby?
What's good with you, man?
Man, there go my man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Alhamdulillah. God is good, man.
Yeah, you Ramadan,
Yeah, for sure.
no
I
doubt.
can't fast because I take medicine for my transplant, but
Yeah.
I'm doing everything else I'm supposed to do.
Well, all I know when you got medical conditions, he already know your heart though. It's really
Yeah, for
what's in your
sure.
heart.
Most definitely. It's based on intentions, man. So, that's the beautiful thing about Islam. If you got the right intentions, man, it could take you far.
And you always have good intentions.
Yeah, for sure. Most
Ever
definitely.
since ever since we first met,
Yes,
you ain't
sir.
showed me nothing but love.
Yes, sir.
And
For sure. You already know what it is, man. And I
I always appreciate
appreciate the
that.
love you showed me and you embracing me. That
Man, I
means
remember the
everything to
first
me.
letter when I was in prison when you wrote me.
Yeah, for sure. You already
I,
know.
I lost, I lost a lot of my letters when mom lost her crib.
Hmm.
A lot of my mail and stuff got lost in the transition, but I ain't gonna never forget that letter that I got from you.
That's what's
You know
up,
what I'm saying?
man.
I'm gonna remember that forever.
That's love, man, for sure.
Yeah. So how the family holding up during this time?
Everybody good, man. I got my parents here with me, so my mom and dad downstairs, my daughter, we all here, trying our best to stay Rona free.
Yeah, yeah. Give my regards.
Most
And I know
definitely I
you
will.
really got to stay Rona free because of your medical condition.
Yeah, for sure. Being as though I had a kidney transplant, I take immunosuppressant pills. I take a pill called Cellcept, and it reduces my immune system so my kidney doesn't fail. Because being as though the kidney is a foreign organ that's in my body, if I didn't take the immunosuppressant pills, my body would naturally try to fight it off, and
Wow.
eventually it will reject. So I have to take those pills to keep my immune system lower. So being as though I do that, I have to be extra cautious, with this corona going around. And
Yeah,
not only me, but anybody that has a transplant, anybody that had any kind of transplant.
wow, wow. So that's why the virus has really been attacking people with those type of conditions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I've been studying with these doctors, and they was telling me how the immune system worked, and that's exactly what they were saying, that your immune system, when it's working properly, when the coronavirus get inside your body, your immune system is going to attack it immediately.
Yeah, definitely
Right.
gonna try to fight it off immediately. You know. And if your
And they
immune
also
system if your immune system weaker, it's a harder job.
right where it can't fight off if it's weaker.
Yeah, well, it's going to try, but if it's weaker, you're less likely to fight it off.
Yeah, and then that's probably why a lot of people that we know wind up on the ventilators because their immune system didn't function properly
Yeah,
or
exactly.
wasn't
Yeah.
up to par.
Mhm.
One of the things that the doc told me about was your vitamin D levels has to
Yeah.
be at a certain level in order for your immune system to function properly.
Yeah, I take vitamin D pills every morning, and I've been doing that since the transplant.
Oh, that's dope. So
Mhm.
them vitamin D's is the one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I started taking them about 4 months ago. Matter of fact, when did I hook up with Doc? I might have hooked up with him right before we came to Philly. Right before I came to Philly, for the J Rock fight.
Right.
I may have hooked up with him right before that, and he started me on the vitamin D pills,
That's
uh,
what's up, man. That's good money.
and told me that the
Definitely,
vitamin
definitely
D.
need them. And anybody else that's out there, vitamin D pills is very important for your immune system. So make sure y'all get some of them Jones, man, if y'all can.
Yeah, definitely, man. Doc said them vitamin D pills. D3 is what I'm taking. He told me to take vitamin D3 was the
Hmm.
best immune booster that we can get at this
Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
What do you think? With all the people standing at home right now, it's been stressful, man. For me, I've been like, I'm probably more stressed right now behind this that I'm going through than even when I was going to the court. Looking at a life sentence without the possibility of parole. I find the uncertainty of not really knowing or not being able to defend myself or to know what we fighting against. It's
Yeah,
to
for sure. I heard you say that, John, before. I'll be watching. I'll be up the tune with what you got going on. So I heard you say that before, and that's crazy because it's definitely an uncertainty. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know if people get it and then will they get it again. Like it's so much things that we don't know. So it's definitely scary, you know.
So you deal with some of the same things that I'm thinking. You think in the same
Yeah,
kind of
for
the
sure.
same way, not exactly, but in those same realms that not really knowing. You know, I was watching the guy Chris Como on CNN, and he was saying that one, you know, Chris had it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
one of the main things that really scared him was the uncertainty. You know, not knowing if he was going to live or die.
yeah. It's crazy, you know, and it's not to say that I'm used to it, but you know, when I had kidney first in September 2015, and I wasn't sure, like you know, I wasn't, you know, the best thing for a person that has kidney failure is to receive a kidney transplant because it'll double, maybe triple your life expectancy. And you know, the whole time I wasn't sure, like you know, I was in dialysis and a person died right next to me, like you know what I'm saying. So
Wow.
I'm definitely used to the uncertainty, man, and it's serious, and it's like even doubled now with this coronavirus because you could just get it walking outside, like you know, you could just get it going to the supermarket. Somebody could just your child could just come in a house not knowing that they asymptomatic and could pass it off to you. You know, you could
Right.
pass it off to your parents, to your grandparents, to your loved ones, and you know that uncertainty is very, very scary.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really tripped me out about it is they saying that 4 out of 5 people that get it, the people who gave it to them didn't know they had it.
hmm And you know what's crazy, Like in December, I was real sick for like 4 weeks, and I went to the emergency room December 7th, 2019, and they couldn't find nothing wrong with me. You know, I do blood work a lot because
Mhm.
for my transplant, you know, so they can make sure my levels is good. And when I went to the hospital, they did all my levels. Everything was good. I didn't have any infections. It wasn't the flu, and they was just like, you just gotta wait it out. And it was like real bad. Like I was coughing all the time. I couldn't record. My voice was hoarse. You know, I was attacking it though. I was drinking like a lot of fluids, a lot of teas. I was using the humidifier. I was on top of it, you know, and it passed. So I'm like wondering, was that a form of coronavirus back then? Because it wasn't only me, but it was a bunch of people, like
Man,
three or four
that
people
you
in the
mentioned
studio
that
was sick.
when we was out there, you know, when J Rock fought, uh, uh, J Rock had something that really had him down. I mean, when I saw J
hmm
Rock at the weigh-in, uh, he looked terrible.
Yeah.
And I had known like a week or so before the fight, he had called me and we was talking, and he was talking about that he may call the fight off because he had been down that bad. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, and now we know that the virus been here since like November.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it ain't like we thought. You know, we thought before that the first case was here in February, but now, you know, I've been wondering like why they ain't did no autopsies. You know, nobody has been doing no autopsies or nothing. We never
hmm
found any autopsies or heard anybody talk about the autopsies, but now they are starting to do the autopsies, and they saying that it's been here since like February. I mean, not February, November.
Yeah,
They
man.
got a person that they saying now that had coronavirus in the U.S. I believe the guy was here in California, and they said it was actual coronavirus that actually killed him.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we might have had it, or some people here might have had it already, or been exposed to it.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, uh,
because like
uh,
when I went to the hospital, they couldn't tell me nothing because you know, being as though I had a transplant, they had to check for everything. Like they can't let me leave if I had any infections or anything that could make my kidney fail. So they ran labs on everything, and everything came back good. They couldn't find nothing. They didn't find any flu. They didn't find any infections at all. You know, so
yeah,
but they ain't test me for that Rona though.
for sure. Because they wasn't doing tests back then.
Yeah, yeah.
No way. They still ain't doing the proper testing. That's one of the reasons I'm really leery about them opening back up these states without having proper testing and proper tracing.
Yeah, I definitely think they should chill out on that, John, man, because like we said, we don't know, and if they open the states back up and people start coming back out and coming and getting around each other, and then start catching coronavirus, we're gonna have to shut back down again.
And then
And
all the economy gonna be messed up all over again.
yeah, way worse this time. That's why
Well, you know,
they
Donald
need to
Trump
keep it
trying to save
closed.
his presidency. You know, he really don't care about lives. I remember them on TV talking about that if we lose 250,000 people, no big deal.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy for them to even talk like that. Like that's crazy. That's wild.
Well, you know, most of them are gonna be black lives, so
Hmm.
you know how
And
that goes.
it's affecting our people way more than anybody else right now. You know,
Absolutely.
it
Now,
makes us think like, where did it come from, and why is it attacking our people
well, you
the
know, Doc
most?
called it the black man's kryptonite. That's what he
Hmm.
called it. I remember though when we were going around saying that it didn't, blacks couldn't get it, and I was like, y'all crazy.
Hmm.
Y'all
Yeah.
better wake up and stay
Hmm.
quarantined and get out the way. Now in February last year, you got your kidney transplant,
Yep.
and that's kind of like a second chance at life, almost.
Most definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So
Like I
how
was
did it
telling you.
change? How did that change? Now I know you never stopped, even when you were sick. You never stopped moving.
Yeah, I did a couple tours. You know, I put out an album with Rock Nation, 2018 album called Think Free. If y'all didn't hear it, make sure y'all go check it out. It's on all streaming platforms. I was going hard. You know, I'm the ambassador for the celebrity ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation. You know, I was doing a bunch of different kidney walks and lending myself as support for anything that had to do with, you know, spreading awareness about kidney failure. Because I was running around with three of the leading risk factors for kidney failure, and I was unaware of it. Like one, hypertension, another one, diabetes, and just being African American is a risk factor. So if you're African American, as soon as you're born, you have a risk factor for kidney failure.
You know, I've always appreciated you. I remember we had an event in the park in Philly, and you left dialysis and
Hmm.
came out to the event, and I was like, man, you ain't got to come out, just chill out. But you came out, uh, took pictures with everybody at the park.
You know, I'm coming out for you every time. It don't matter. You already know that. However, I gotta come. You already know what it is.
Yeah. So you know, that's a rare thing though for somebody to be going through what you're going through, but you still have the love in your heart for other people. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you just
most
don't look
definitely.
out for yourself. Uh,
Hmm.
but we want you right now to look out for yourself right now.
For sure, for
Because
sure.
we need you.
I'm trying my best. You know.
Hey, we need you out here. We need you to stay healthy.
Hmm.
You know, keep taking care of yourself.
For sure, for sure.
How you eat now? What's your eating habits like now?
Well, you know, I definitely do portion control. You know, I'm not a vegetarian. I eat lean meats, like I eat like turkey. I eat a lot of like fish products and a lot of vegetables and stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it clean as possible.
Uh, uh, can you give us like something that we should be looking out for? That might be a sign of us.
Yeah, well, a lot of signs for kidney failure, the main sign is like being very fatigued. Like when I first started getting sick, I was just feeling like real tired. I would just be like tired. And you know, I tour a lot. I be on the road a lot. So I'm like, am I just tired because I'm working so hard, or is there something else going on? Then it came to a point where I knew something else was going on. Like I would get tired just walking to the car. Like I'd be out of breath. And what happens is the toxins, your kidneys do the job. It cleans the fluids and all the it cleans the fluids and all the toxins out of your body. That's what your kidneys do. So when your kidneys don't work, the toxins build up. So when the toxins build up in your body, you start feeling fatigue. Food might stop tasting good to you. You'll be very thirsty. Like it's a lot of different signs, man, that you got to look out for. But the best thing to do is keep up with your routine physicals. At least get your blood work done at least once a year, because that's the only thing that can truly tell you what's going on with your body is getting your blood work done. You know, it took me a long time to start feeling like that. When I went to the hospital, my doctor, my kidney doctor, Dr. Friedman, he told me he'd been working with nephrology for 30 years. He said my numbers was the highest that he ever seen in his life. They was like, we can't believe you walked in here. They was like, we can't believe they didn't bring you in here on a stretcher. They was calling me the lucky star in that joint. They like, man, if you would have waited like another week, you might not be here right now. You
wow.
know, so it can be silent. Like you can have symptoms and it could be silent too. So the best thing to do is get your blood work done at least once a year, maybe twice if you can, you know.